to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for a daily Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. You can find me on Twitter at Eric Talks Astros. You find the show at Locked On Astros. Your team every day. Brett, where can you find you on?
They can find me at H-Town Wheelhouse on Twitter and at Stros411 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive, always Stros.
Always positive. Are you positive about Zack Greinke today? Did he have a great day, Brett? Did he have a super great day, Brett? Was he the best pitcher on the baseball diamond today, Brett? Are you always positive about that, Brett? That's what I really want to know.
Yes, I am. Oh, you're asking me. I thought this was a rhetorical question. Yes, I am positive. And I do love the fact that he actually didn't get the win today. Peter Solomon got the win. And what a great deal for the minor leaguer coming up to the major leagues and helping out Zack Greinke as he gave up 7 strikeouts and gave up 4 earned runs. But, this is baseball, and this is a complete team. And, Eric, I tweeted out earlier, bottom line, Siri, McCormick, Myers, these guys, they're going to contribute in a big way in the playoffs. Right. They are going to have something to say. This team, I'm more excited about the 2021 team than I was about 2017 going into the playoffs. I don't know about you. Maybe I'm overly optimistic right now, but I'm so hyped up.
I think the 2017 team, we were like, okay, what does our bullpen look like? Who's going to pitch in our bullpen? We had Francisco Liriano. And by the way, that Francisco Liriano trade is looking very one-sided with Teoscar Hernandez looking like an all-star over there in Toronto. That's a great trade for the Blue Jays. And I'm sure that Sully at the Locked On MLB podcast is probably talking about that every day and saying, you know what? Those Astros, they made a very bad trade over there. And so, by the way, Locked On MLB is over on YouTube as well. And go subscribe to them and subscribe to the Locked On Astros podcast. Keep on subscribing. Take out your phone right now and subscribe to Locked On Astros podcast. Brett just did, and a lot of people are subscribing. Keep on subscribing. Wait, you just now subscribe, Brett?
I was just showing them what to do. Pull your phone out, go to YouTube, subscribe to our Locked On Astros. It's just doing like that. So
anyway, keep on listening on Odyssey, Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, keep on listening to this. So this was a interesting series versus a Diamondback team that finally got their 20th win on the road versus the Astros. They have 100 and something losses now. I've lost track of 101 losses on the season. They're 48 and 101 on the season. The Astros are now 88 and 61. This is the tale of two franchises, and we thought we would be able to get to watch Seth Beer this series, but unfortunately we got to watch Cole Calhoun, and this guy is an Astros killer. I know he didn't do too much in this game, but in Friday's game he kind of killed the Astros a little bit, but it set up some dramatics, and we'll talk about that in a second. And there's 2 extra innings in this series. And then we had today's game, which was the 8th inning dramatics. And we got a lot to talk about, but a lot of people are starting to doubt Zack Greinke. But you know who's not doubting Zack Greinke? The team.
Oh, man.
You know what they had afterwards on the flight?
It was
Anaheim?
It was Greinke Day, and they all dressed like Zack Greinke. Someone must have trolled his Instagram, but yeah, that was great, And my thing is this team and what it has in team chemistry and what it has in the team makeup and how they support each other. This team is unstoppable from that alone, and I'm not even getting to the talent on the field. I mean, Eric. I want everybody, if you can do it while you're watching our show, go look at the OPS of these hitters. There's only 3 hitters at OPS just dipped under 800. I mean, this lineup, 839, 822, 880, 910, 854, 1400 by Jose. Are you serious? The man. I mean, this team is so powerful, dude, and they've got so much to offer. Like, I am really chomping at the bit to get to October. I'm chomping at the bit to get playoff tickets. I want to be there. I want to be in the seats. I want to see what this team does. I want to see what the young guns do. Zack Greinke may have his moments, but this team can pick him up. And they needed this win, Eric, because we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot, and you and I have talked a lot this season about close games and Astros losing, Astros going up, losing the lead, and not coming back or not supporting their pitchers. And I know it's the Diamondbacks, but you still have to beat major league players at the game, and they did that today. So anybody that's grumbling about the game today, you need to take a chill pill, and you need to realize that this team is way better than most other teams. And guess who's a game and a half out of the wild card? The Yankees, more like the Stankies. That's right. While we're kicking butt, they are kicking back because they'll be on the couch watching us in the playoffs this year, baby. I'm so fired up right now. I'm so pumped.
Heary. There's some people out there that think the Astros still have a chance to catch the Rays. So I did the math to see if they could. So the Astros have 13 games left, and the Rays have 12 games left. Right now, the Rays record is 92-58. The Astros record is 88-61. In other words, the Rays have 4 more wins than the Astros do. So the Astros don't seem to like to do sweeps. So what I did was I went ahead and played the rest of the games in my head. So they have 4 games versus the Angels, 3-1. essentially 6 games versus the A's. So that's 4-2.
Okay.
And then 3 games versus Rays. So that's 2-1. So overall record for the rest of the season, which would be 9-4. So that means the Astros would finish with a 97-65 record on the season. Meaning the Rays right now are 92-58. So for the Astros to catch them, the Rays would have to go 4-8 for the rest of the season.
I'm okay with that. But so I have a question though. Are the Astros sitting better in the second position, playing the White Sox first versus getting the wild card winner out of Toronto and Boston? Because I really don't see Boston beating Toronto right now.
I think a lot of people want that home field advantage in the ALCS, and we saw how it helped in the in the past. And I think
that makes sense. I mean that would make sense. But if we could get the Blue Jays to beat up on the Rays,
right?
And
don't discount the A's. They're all of a sudden on a little winning streak now. They've won 5 games in a row. They're only what is it? I'm on the wild card one right now.
They're 2 games out of the wild card.
Well, yeah, but they're 6 games behind the Astros. So they are still within striking distance. I know the Astros magic number is 8.
They are not going to catch the Astros, Eric.
They're mathematically still involved, sir. I'm a math teacher. They can still catch up. I'm not saying
mathematically doesn't mean probable, though. Am I right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but mathematically, they're still involved. So their elimination number is 8. That is the Astros' magic number. The wild card elimination number is 12. So they're 12 losses away from being eliminated from the wild card. So the A's, I'm not discounting them yet. The Mariners are they've been kind of playing a little bit worse baseball recently, but they still have 80 wins. So you have the AL East kind of battling each other. All those teams have 80 wins. The Rays have 92 wins. But so, yeah, whoever plays the wild card team, it's going to be rough, man. Yeah. The wild card team is going to be a great team. And so whoever plays that battle. So, you know what? It's not something that I'm looking forward to. It's kind of something I wish I had DirecTV for.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Does this sound familiar? Guys, listen, you've got one device that lets you catch the game live, another that lets you stream your favorite shows and watch your sports highlights, like on your phone. You've got your neighbor's best friends log in for the good stuff. Well, I want to tell you the simple way to get all of the entertainment you love without the hassle, and a great way to finally get your TV together. It's called DirecTV Stream, and it brings your live TV on-demand favorites together like never before. So you can watch your favorite sports, movies, and shows all in one place. That means no more juggling remotes and no need to buy another device ever again. And the best part is there's no annual contract. So get rid of the clutter and the confusion. Get your TV together with DirecTV Stream. You can learn more at directv.com. That's directv.com. Compatible device required. Content varies by package.
Alrighty, so do you like to get gas? Do you like to kind of save some money while you're getting gas and
Oh,
helping
yeah.
your friends? What about Get Upside?
All right, Astros fans, this is H-Town Wheelhouse with an incredible app everyone who buys gas needs to know about. Get Upside. My listeners are making up to 25 cents for every gallon of gas every time they fill up. Just download the free Get Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now. Use a promo code touchdown or baseball for MLB, and get a bonus 25 cents per gallon on your first fill up. That's up to 50 cents cash back. Don't pay full price at the pump anymore. Get cash back using Get Upside. Just download the app for free and use the promo code baseball to get up to 50 cents per gallon cash back on your first tank. Some people who drive a lot are making as much as $200 to $300 a month in cash back, and there's no catch. The cash back gets added right to your account. You can cash out any time into your bank account, PayPal, or e-gift card for Amazon or other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use a promo code baseball to get 50-cent gallon cash back on your first tank. That's code baseball. Check it out.
All right. Speaking of checking out, I hope that Kyle Tucker is okay, because apparently he
Yeah.
left today's game with a little bit right shoulder discomfort. I don't know if they talked about it after the game. I know that he was dressed as Zack Greinke after the game. A lot of people were dressed as Zack Greinke, but that kind of set up that whole Jose Siri moment later in the eighth inning where he had that home run. And as always, he pimped the crap out of that ball. He's just amazing to watch. He has this energy, and that's what Carlos Correa. I'm not saying he doesn't still have that energy, but Carlos Correa used to have that kind of. And Alex Bregman did too a little bit.
Well, so I think Correa does, but we've kind of gotten used to it. Siri's kind of the new guy, so I think it's more reticent. I think it sticks out more. When I've been to Constellation Field to interview some of these Skeeters players, Jake Myers, Pete Solomon, who pitched today, Brett Cannon, Sean Dubin, all these guys, Siri out there always just carried himself like he was the man, and not like a jerk, not like pompous, arrogant prick guy. Like he just out there having fun. He is like a kid in a candy store. And when I asked him to take that picture, when I saw him sitting outside the clubhouse when I was walking back from my interview, he was like, "Yeah, sure." I mean, one of the nicest guys. Love seeing him out there. I love what he brings to the ball club because it fits perfectly with your Bregmans, with your Correas, and it's just great to see. I mean, he hit a shot. It was like over the train tracks. It was a big home run, and he said he just wanted to watch it go for a little bit. He wanted to enjoy the moment, and he said when he looked back in the dugout and saw the guys were excited, that's where this team, I think, separates itself from all others, is they feed off each other. They genuinely want the other player to succeed just as much as they are.
Yeah, on Jose Siri on his 2-run homer to this point for sure was the biggest at bat I've had, at least in big leagues. It was something that was super exciting. Kind of go back to what you just said. When he was, as soon as he knew the homer was leaving ballpark, I saw Dusty Baker looking at me. He was pointing at me, telling me, "That's exactly how you do it right there."
Nice. That is awesome. And I mean, that's great. I can't get over how much I love watching this team perform. Even when they struggle, even when they frustrate us. But yeah, we call them the young guns. I mean, I love that right there. The young guns. And you just had up there about Siri and Chaz. I mean, these kids are stepping up big because didn't Dusty Baker say something about missing Brantley? Can I share that quote?
Go ahead.
He says, "We miss Brantley, but the other guys have been doing a great job. But Michael Brantley is Michael Brantley. Quality defensive player, adds balance to our lineup with another lefty because we're right-handed strong right now. You don't really know how much you miss a guy till they're gone. But he acknowledged in the front of that comment, like the other guys are stepping up. And that's what you have to do. Do we have any word? Yeah. Do we have any word on Michael Brantley? Any changes to his status?
All right, I really need to add some sound to that. Yeah. Click. So clickbait, yes, we have some clickbait, and apparently here is the clickbait. James Click was on Sports Talk 790 earlier, and he says the hope is that Michael Brantley will be activated on Wednesday. So he is making a road trip to Anaheim, and the hope is that he'll be ready. I know that Dusty Baker said before the game that he hopes that he's going to be ready. He just started baseball activities, so they're not going to send him on a rehab assignment. They're going to just hope that he's ready. So the key word today, ladies and gentlemen, is hope. Say it to me. Hope.
Okay. There we go.
He also said, James Click also said that Pedro Baez had a very, very impressive bullpen session a couple days ago.
Really?
So, that's something to keep an eye on. And Pedro Baez could be that guy to replace maybe Yimi Garcia, who has not looked good, especially in that Saturday's game. We'll talk about Saturday's game in a second. And also Click said that Framber Valdez is good to go tomorrow or Monday. And also Dusty Baker said after the game that he is good to go. So that was the clickbait. And like we said, there's no new news on Carlos Correa's contract because they're really going to wait till after the World Series to do that. So after the final out of the World Series, I'm sure Click will be calling Carlos. So he'll be saying, Carlos, how you doing?
How you doing? Yeah, and there's really no telling how that's going to go, right. Eric. I actually have optimism more about him than I do Springer.
Yeah, and speaking of Carlos Correa, the reason why I brought that up is he finally has reached. He tied his single season career high in home runs with his 24th today. So this is something. He had a 3-for-3 night, and this is a kid who I call him a kid, but he's not a kid, or actually 2-for-4 night. But he had 3 runs scored, 3 RBIs, and his OPS is 854. He's batting 280. So this guy is trying to earn his money, and he deserves it. And this is something the Astros were hoping for this year. At the same time, they're like, let's hope he doesn't have a good year. So we can afford him.
I'm sure in the back of their minds. I mean, and that's got to be tough in being in the GM role or front office or whatever, because you don't want your guys to fail. You want your guys to succeed. But when this year's coming up, I mean, this is crucial. And everybody said if Carlos stays healthy, he's going to get paid, period. And I still, Eric, don't see him playing anywhere else.
What does this mean?
McCullers with the Whole Foods bag. I believe in that picture for the Greinke picture, I believe McCullers is holding a Whole Foods bag. I'm thinking. Yeah, I'll have to look at that retweet I did.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yes, and somebody brought it up. My boy, quotation, air quotes, Robel Garcia cleared waivers, and now he's playing with the Sugarland Skeeters. You stole my thunder. Yada, yada.
Yes. I didn't see him the other night. I told him you said hi, though. No, I'm joking. Also in that picture, Martin Maldonado is holding a casting net, which is pretty funny. I mean, the whole crew is wearing like Columbia shirts, wind shorts. They're all wearing white sneakers. I mean, it is hilarious. I mean, this team, they've got a bond unlike any other. And, hey,
Brett,
for the record,
you got a fan in the. He's talking.
Who's this? Who is this?
Yeah, you got a fan there, dude. You know what? It's almost kind of like you've been having a lot of Built Bars, and he recognizes that in you, and so you've got a fan there. So tell us a little bit about Built Bars, so maybe I can.
They're talking about me. Wow. Yeah. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. The Built Bar, they are delicious. They are healthy, and they are amazing. Let me tell you, they are passionate about what it is they put together, and they do it for you. They do it for professional athletes. I mean, the USA Track and Field team consumes them. Hey, professional podcasters, I guess that's what we are. We consume them. 17 to 18 grams of protein, 130 to 180 calories, 4 to 5 grams of sugar, 4 to 5 grams of net carbs. And guys and girls, listen, I'm about to start a massive weight training, weight loss program in Built Bars. I've allowed my trainer to put them into my diet as a substitute for one of my snacks. So I'm going with the pros, what the pros do. I need you to go to built.com and use the promo code LOCKED15. That's LOCKED15 for 15% off your first order. You get crazy flavors like raspberry, mint brownie, grasshopper cookie, raspberry, orange, strawberry, cookies and cream. The sky's the limit. Go to builtbar.com and check out your favorite flavor and use the promo code LOCK15 for 15% off your first order.
Okay, so now that we talked a little bit about Carlos Correa, I do want to talk a little bit about Zack Greinke. Today, he pitched. He threw 68 pitches, 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 home run, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Last time he pitched, we were like, okay, it was his first time back from the COVID list, so maybe it was just a little bit of he's rusty, he's off his routine. Yes, he may have come back a little bit early to pitch in this game, but I mean, I didn't technically watch a lot of the game today, but how did he look? It just, I mean, obviously he only pitched 4 innings.
Yeah.
Do we trust this guy in the playoffs? And
I mean, here's the thing, guys, let's be honest. He's not going to not be on the playoff roster. He's Zack Greinke. He has too many years under his belt. They're not going to shelve him. He's not a Mike Fiers. I'm sorry. He's not someone that's going to be left off the playoff roster. He's just not. As much as people don't trust him, as much as people don't think don't have any faith in him, he's Zack Greinke, period, end of story. That would be like saying if Max Scherzer was going through a bad run that the Dodgers would leave him off. There's no way in hell they would do that. And so stop worrying about Zach not being on this playoff roster, because he's going to be on this playoff roster, okay? He's not going to not be there. And so the thing you need to look at today is not what Zach did, but what his team did to pick him up.
Right.
Okay. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on Peter Solomon being called up and doing that the second day he's here and pitching 3 solid innings. Now, it didn't match the magnitude or the impact that Kent Emanuel had on his professional start, on his first professional start behind Odorizzi when he went out, but it was pretty damn solid. And so I think we need to temper our criticism of Greinke, give him some time. We still have a few weeks before the playoffs. I believe he'll be fine.
Are you ready?
Go ahead. Am I ready?
Thoughts by Dusty.
Greinke, he was throwing the ball well. It was just that other than the home run, the rest were just seeing eyeballs. Let's face it, since he got sick, it's been a little tough. It's been a little tough on everybody that's gotten sick.
Hey, there you go. So what Dusty's saying is he's still not 100%. I mean, right?
Yeah.
So give the guy a break. I mean, the dude's, he's still Zack Greinke. He's still a good pitcher. Yeah, he had 2 good innings. Remember that the other day? But he had 2. Oh, yeah, we railed on that for a while. But that's the thing. Is the glass half empty or is it half full? You know, I'm always positive, always Astros. So
right, but Dusty did say that this was best wins that we've had in a long time. If you're going to be a championship team, you got to come back. You got to find a way. And today we found a way.
Because if you play the Blue Jays, if you play the White Sox, whoever, the Red Sox, I don't care who it is on the AL side, whoever you play, you're going to have to battle back like this. Like, you may take a 3-run lead, but someone's going to come back and someone's going to take the wind out of your sails, and you've got to take momentum out of that. And so it is just one of those things that I think we don't need to worry about too much, because I think this team does have character.
All right, everybody close your eyes for a second. Okay, you too, Brett. Since the All-Star break, Zack Greinke has a 5.23 ERA.
Wait. What? I have to close my eyes. Are you showing something?
No.
Okay.
I just want
I'm not closing my eyes.
53 and 1/3 innings. You just ruined the whole thing. So, and 53 and 1/3 innings pitch. He has a 5.23 ERA since the All-Star break. So that's not really great. He's given up 29 home runs this season. it shows that there are some people out there that say that he doesn't deserve to be in the starting rotation, and then you have 4 other pitchers that deserve to be, and then like especially when Jose Urquidy looked like that one game when he looked terrible, Dusty Baker was like, whew, I don't have to make that decision. But then when Urquidy came out the next day and was like, great, he's like, crap, I'm going to have to make this hard decision. But it's like Urquidy is a playoff pitcher. And I've said that since day one. And Luis Garcia, we don't really know what he can do in playoffs. But with the year this guy has had, even though he's shown signs of letting up a little bit, he still goes out there and gives it his all, and he still does a great job. And so it just would be, I don't know, but somebody like Zack Greinke, you do not put him in the bullpen, and you sure do not leave him off the roster. Can you imagine that?
No, you just don't.
What do you mean, Coach? I'm not on the roster. What do you mean?
Oh no, Zack Greinke would totally rage on that. He would totally go off. Zack Greinke would he would become like the Hulk. But no way can Willis. Greinke's going to pitch in the offseason.
He's going.
Y'all can. I mean, this isn't Facebook. No offense.
So. Hey,
he's going to pitch.
Yeah, we had a request to talk about the weird play in Saturday's game. It didn't result in a victory, but Yuli he tagged up a little too soon. The outfielder did not catch the ball.
That's called not tagging up.
Yes. So I didn't know the proper way to say it, but he left way early. And so I know Omar Lopez saw that, and the whole Diamondbacks dugout saw that. And so Omar Lopez told Tucker, because basically they didn't have a right to challenge, and so they had to appeal it, but they could not appeal it until Marwin Gonzalez came up to bat. And so some people were on Twitter were saying, well, why couldn't they just ignore Kyle Tucker? Well, if they not ignored Kyle Tucker,
he could have scored.
He was scored, and
because the play was not dead.
That was still a play. As soon as he took off, that was a play.
That was the next play. So once you have a play, you can't go back to a previous play and protest.
So Omar Lopez was a genius. He knew the rules, and Kyle Tucker was smart enough to say, yes, coach, I'll do it. And he basically ran himself he sacrificed himself for the team, because otherwise that would have taken it out. And they would who knows if he would have scored in that situation. And obviously he didn't, because I don't know what happened after. I can't remember exactly what happened after that, but he probably would not have scored. Kyle Tucker wouldn't have, and they would have lost that run. And I know they lost that game anyway, but that was just a brilliant move. And I saw them afterwards. They were talking to him. They were like, who made that call? And I think that it went up there, or the hitting coach went up to him and said, who made that call? And he said, Lopez. And that was just a brilliant call. And but he left totally early. And so Yuli, shame on you for doing that. But that was a great move. And not too many base coaches would have known the rules I'm sure they would, but that was just a brilliant move. And a lot of people say, there you go, the Astros cheating again.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's asking us to basically justify why we think Zack Greinke should be on the playoff roster. Well, number one, Zack Greinke on the year is 11-6. Dusty Baker, but he is 11-6. He has 219 career wins, and his ERA is still under 4. His WHIP is 1.16 for 2021.
He did pass Cy Young for 24th in MLB history with 2,806 strikeouts.
Right. And so that's the thing. Zack Greinke, yes, he has struggled. His last 2 quality starts were on August 13th and August 18th. Then he lost the next 2. Then he went on COVID protocol. And so, he hasn't in his last couple starts looked great. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, he came back from COVID. You got to give him a break. It took a while for me to kind of recover when I had COVID, and it takes time. It's even though I wasn't like sick. It still took me time to just recover to do basic stuff. And so it's going to take him some time. So I'm not too worried about that overall. Tyler Ivey made his first professional appearance with the Florida Coast League Astros. He tossed 2 scoreless innings, allowed 1 hit with 3 strikeouts. That's a very big thing because this is a guy that they thought had needed Tommy John surgery. So that was a big thing. Alvarez's home run, that was a blast, and it was the longest home run. The second longest home run of the season. The first that was 453. Thank Eric. Okay. The first longest home run this season was 459 feet by Kyle Tucker on May 18th versus Oakland. So that was pretty good. And Dusty Baker made a comment about former Astros. And this is something that we've kind of discussed, whether it be Abraham Toro, Josh Rojas. But he says that it seems like all these Astros that they trade away come back to haunt them. And we've talked about that too. And it's amazing how it happens.
No, yeah, I mean, again, this is the major league, so they're going to do that. They're going to move on, and they're going to be successful. Again, and I'll just leave it at this because I don't want to beat a dead horse. But Zack Greinke, even when I look at his playoff stats from this last year, he was not bad last year in the playoffs. Again, this guy has been pitching since 2011. If you put Greinke in there and you don't have faith in him, maybe you let him run two times through the lineup, and then you put Jose Urquidy if he's not starting. You have options to piggyback someone after him. You could go Greinke Javier. That wouldn't be a bad thing. Okay, I mean, Willis, you can say that. That's fine. But at the end of the day, I know that I'm right. He's going to be on this playoff roster.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you say, Brett. It doesn't matter what Larry GM says, Mr. Corona, Danny RL. It doesn't matter what any of us say. Dusty Baker has the final call, and based on how much they're paying him and whatever, he's going to be on the roster. Now, somebody says Odorizzi. I don't know if Odorizzi makes the roster. It depends on how much faith they have in Yimi Garcia. But I do want to.
I thought you meant Greinke. You were like Yimi Garcia.
No. I'm not worried. I'm not even addressing that anymore. But I do want to talk about Friday's walk-off because that was kind of weird. I was actually at karaoke and I was in the middle of a song when that happened. But I haven't seen a player walk off a win by being hit by a pitch before, like Chas McCormick was. And Dusty Baker said, not in a long time. That was such a strange game. A weird game. Fortunately for us, they left a lot of runners on base, and our pitchers pitched out of a lot of jams. We were lucky to win that one. And Chas McCormick said, pretty crazy. I was just happy you hit me. You were, Chas McCormick. Okay. And it wasn't like right by the head, too. That was pretty cool. But
hey, Mr. Corona has a question. What song were you singing?
I think I was doing In Color by Jamie Johnson.
Okay, Eric has like his main 3 or 4 go-to songs.
I actually did Chicken Fried.
But is that a new song for you?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you've never done Chicken Fried. Okay.
Yeah, that's my friend's song. And so the DJ was like, oh, you're stealing it from your friend? I'm like, yep. Since he's not here. But this is actually the 3rd time in Astros history that the Astros have walked off on a hit by batter. The first time
hit by pitch.
Hit by pitch, yeah. So it happened on August 8th when Richard Hidalgo was hit by Mark Leiter. So that was the last one. So I don't know when the first one was. So, but Doggy was the last one to have it done. So that was pretty cool. I actually remember that now that was a long time ago, but I think I just graduated the year before. So that was a long time ago.
Man, that was in the pinstripe unis, huh? Red bricks.
Yep.
Wow. And red bricks. I hated it. I hated the pinstripe jerseys.
The Astros outfielder of the future. And
yeah, man, he had a decent career. He wasn't terrible.
Right. So, and Altuve had a double, and that gives him the most career hits at Minute Maid Park at 850. So and he passed Lance Berkman. So of everybody, you would think Jeff Bagwell and maybe Craig Biggio.
Dusty Baker's here. Guys, hey, Dusty Baker listens to the podcast.
Somebody
That's awesome.
So guys, created an account just to say that.
Breaking news. Dusty Baker just broke into the Locked On Astros podcast if you're listening. And he says, guys, Greinke will be starting game 1 of the playoffs. I'm done. I can live now. I can die now in peace.
Alrighty. So that, guys, with that, that's all we got. I mean, I guess we were going to talk about the rest of the series, but today's game is going to be Framber Valdez versus Jaime Barrera. I can't talk right now, but hopefully Valdez is recovered from the little flesh wound he has, and it's not a big deal. So hopefully we can kind of see a good effort, and I hope the Astros are able to get some sweeps going and trying to not be so allergic to sweeps, because I don't want any drama in the postseason. I like sweeps. Sweeps are pretty.
Yes, sweeps are pretty.
The 2005 White Sox, how sweeps are pretty, and so I'd rather not deal with the drama of the back and forth like we saw in the 2017 playoffs.
I love this. Dusty Baker, if you're listening, who's your favorite Locked On Astros host? And while we're waiting for Dusty to answer that, yes, I did get the lug nut off of my truck, but I've got to still take my truck to the dealer tomorrow and find out where they put my lock key, because they did not put it back in my truck. So thankfully my insurance covered the tow, but if I get charged, I'm charging the dealership. That's for darn sure. But I appreciate you asking. Everything was good.
And if you are Dusty Baker and you listen to this podcast, make sure you subscribe and hit like, and make sure that you listen to the Locked On Bets podcast. And we'll be back tomorrow with another Locked On Astros podcast, because it's going to be an early game. So we can have another early show, hopefully. So thank you for listening, guys, and go Astros. And we'll be back tomorrow with another show.